Rehab Drive in Painesville. Intel Sports is 100% Liberian owned. It is an exclusive sports platform that provides extensive and
So let me say welcome and good morning from here in Liberia, whatever you're watching, based upon the time we want to say it. Welcome to Intel Sports, and we are here today. The midweek edition of Sports Extra is going to be all about development in Liberia football. Today we have in studio Mr. Dogo Wissett, who is the technical director of the Liberia Football Association. As you may be aware, this position is the technical arm of the Liberia Football Association. The role is at the helm of the association to help with some technical and some strategic planning from the angle of Liberia football development. Dogo Wissett was appointed officially on November 30, 2023, replacing the late Henry Brown, who held the position from 2012 to 2023. His contract signed a 2-year contract deal with the Liberia Football Association with intent of extension based upon his performance. His key mandate is to build a strong grassroots football system in Liberia, focusing on youth development as well as growing some technical arm. Responsibility implementing football development plan, managing youth national teams, enhancing youth pathway for future senior national team. So on today, we'll have to talk with him. He's going to give a rundown in relation to his role as well as happenings in Liberia football from the grassroots level to the national team level. Where are we in terms of preparation? As you may be aware, the talent development screen program is ongoing. 6th-year contract with the FIFA with 2 years for extension after the 2-year period. We're then talking about it today. The authority themselves are going to tell us more about this. But let's go for the break. When we come back, we'll dive quickly into the discussion on today. Midweek edition on Sports Extra.
quality local content. Intel Sports, Liberia's biggest and professional sports television station, is now located at GSA and Rehab Drive in Painesville. Intel Sports is 100% Liberian owned. It is an exclusive sports platform that provides extensive and quality local content sports programs across the country. Follow us on our Facebook page, YouTube, Instagram, or better still, on our app on Google or Play Store. For business purposes, you can contact us on these numbers. Intel Sports will remain Liberia's exclusive and best sports television station.
So much to talk about. Like I said, Mr. Doko Wisse is our guest today on Sports Extra Maui edition, and he's here with us to tell us more about happening at the angle of Liberia Football Association developments, as well as happening in terms of the technical arm. He's going to talk to us, and we're going to dive into it, talk more about Liberia football. This is Intel Sports, Liberia premier and exclusive sports institution. We do no politics, but we talk football here at Intel Sports. Mr. Wisse, good morning.
Thank you so much, Elijah, for having me.
This is your first time at Intel Sports.
Yes, I'm very impressed with the setup, and congratulations to you guys for your new location.
Tell us, our people following would love to know who is Doko Wisse and his involvement with sports in Liberia.
Well, first of all, again, my name is Doko Wisse, and I serve as the technical director for Liberia Football Association. And I'm a Liberian. I was born in Painesville, to be specific, ELWA. I started my footballing as a child in ELWA, and then I followed football when we had the heydays where we had IE versus Barrow. I was a ball boy. I gained interest in football because I was close to football. My parents were supporters of football too. So after 1990, when I left Liberia and went into Guinea, that's when I realized my potential and started playing at the elite level. I played for AS Calon, and I had the opportunity to play for Guinea national team when I was on 18. And then before moving to Liberia, where I played for IE and played for Mark Professional, I also had time with Marty Barrow and the national team of Liberia. And then I moved on to the States, where I went to college and graduated, and then got drafted to play in the major league. I played for Montreal, and then played for Turner Bay. And then after that, I stayed in football and went into youth development, coaching and directing programs.
At that level, you play for Liberia back then. What did you observe in terms of your play, Marty Barrow, and comparing it with now?
Well, my playing history in Liberia was not long, but
short-term playing.
Yeah, it was short-term because as soon as I got in the league, within less than a year, I was taken away from here. But what I saw as a child growing up with football in Liberia, it was people playing from their hearts.
Okay.
People playing because they loved the game, so because of that, they were giving 100%. And then football was not only supported by just stakeholders, it was supported by fans, well-wishers, like families. It was almost like a tradition. When there's games, you can feel the game a week before.
Wow.
So like we had a collective group of people, Liberians, that were well vested into the game. So they were always present to give them moral support, and then some giving financial reports. So during that time, like football really had a momentum. And then people that was playing because they wanted to become football players.
Okay.
Yeah. So
you had that vision.
Yeah. So the game had a different objective.
Okay.
People were playing with pride. When I go on the field, I want to win. I give my all, without even knowing that there was a greener pasture beyond.
Okay.
Until George Weah came into the spotlight, that's when people started realizing money. So there's two different. We're looking at two different era.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now
Back then, the issue of technology was just not the same like now.
yes, you didn't have like most of the things documented where
Mm.
you can go back and show it to the youngster now to see and say, hey, this is where we were and this is where we are now. So um, it was different, but it was good.
So today it's all about your role as the technical director of the Angola Liberia Football Association. Tell us, since you're coming to the association, what have been some of the new development? What are some of the undertaking you have undertaken so far?
Well, first of all, I'm grateful to the Liberia Football Association for giving me the opportunity to come and serve. And thanks to the president for looking my way. As a player and as a coach and as an administrator, what I gather from working with other federations and working in other programs and moving into Liberia and seeing what we have here is 100% different. So I had to get adjusted. So I had to understand the terrain, understand what was going on. And I see that Liberia have been trying to do the right things, but we're only doing the right things halfway.
Okay.
So
halfway?
Yeah, halfway. When I say halfway, meaning our concentration was concentrating on the top rather than concentrating on the bottom. So in life, everything starts from the bottom and then goes into the top. If you grow a good foundation, what will happen? You'll yield good results. So with the mandate from the president, actually gave me the zeal to want to come when he told me that he wanted to see a better structure with our grassroots. He wanted to see us creating a structure where there will be a pathway that will lead to our competitive programs and then leading into our national teams and stuff like that. So I fell for that and I knew that what Liberia needed. So I decided to come on board. But, when I got here, I met a team in the technical department, and I'm grateful to those guys because I was well accepted. We became friends right away. It's not about me being the boss, but they will come and ask the hard questions and we'll discuss it. We'll come and make decisions about, together, and then we'll move forward with whatsoever we needed to do. So we had the U15 and the U12. So when I came, I decided to bring out a suggestion because at 15 in a competitive program, that's where you are told if you got future or you need to go to regular school. In every academy, that's the point where you have to decide what you have to do. So in Liberia, that's where we're actually starting between the 12 and the 15. So I felt that we're missing the foundational point. So we needed to create the U8 program and needed to create the U10.
Which was never in existence.
No, it wasn't, yeah. So we created the U8, we created the U10 to become the foundational technical skill building. That's where you build all your technical skills. That's where you get introduced to the game. That's where we teach all the motor movement, like teaching them how to run forward, how to run backward, how to run sideways, and teaching them directional play, knowing that when we introduce you, this is where you score and this is where you defend. So that's what that age is for. And then moving to the 10, we still concentrate on technical abilities. We grow the technical skills of the players. And then into 12 and then 15 become the competitive stage. So we created the platforms, and the platform were created so that we will have an opportunity to search, find, and develop. So what that means is that the platform, that's where we go to the 8, we find all the best players in the 8, and then that's where the TDS come in.
Yeah.
So we go to the 10, we do the same thing, seek all the best player into the TDS. We go to the 12 into the TDS. We go to the 15s into the TDS, and we got the U17 too.
Okay.
So into the TDS. So the key word there is giving every talent a chance, not giving every kid a chance, every talent a chance, meaning that
not everyone can play,
yes,
but people with talent among those who wanting to play.
Yeah, so the TDS program, which we will talk about and I will elaborate more, is there to host the talented one that have been formed to develop.
Yeah, we're going to come to that. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So in the line of grassroots and youth football, we have been real busy in creating the platform where everybody will have a chance to play. So right now we are in 9 counties.
Okay.
Yeah. So we are hoping by next year we'll be able to achieve all the counties, creating all the leagues, which is difficult too, but we are pushing really hard, like with the support of the FA and the president. We are doing very well, and we know we will achieve our goals by creating all the youth ages in the various counties and then creating the competitions for them to excel.
Of the 9 counties, do you have coordinators or learning person in terms of how you work?
Yeah. So what we are working on now is we're working on the chart, because Liberia football is divided into 4 zones.
Okay.
Yeah. So I will call it regions, but we call it zones for the statute of the FA. So it's a zone. So in at the top of the zone, we have the head scout.
Okay.
So the head scout, below the head scouts, you got the regional scout for each zone. So there's 4 zones. So we got 4 regional scouts. Then we got the county scouts. Then we got the district scouts. So the district scout report to the county scout, the county down to the region, and then the region to the head scout. And then the players selected from those places get the opportunity to go into the TDS.
So I spent the road, your mandate, since you came, what was that? Because I understand very well the role of the TDS, the technical director of the Liberia Football Association, provide some technical means, help in development of youth football. Aside from the youth 12, the youth, have you ever partake or implement some program relating to the youth 17 and stuff?
Yes. So when I came for the first 7 months, I was serving in the office, and at the same time, I was preparing the platform because I knew that FIFA was sending a coach for the TDS program. So I was serving in that role. So I started doing the training with the U8, U10, U12, and U15. So we did that for 6 months before the FIFA coach came. But my role with the FIFA coach has been to sit down with him and build the curriculum, the training curriculum that will fit the needs of the talent that we have in Liberia.
Okay.
So that every country have a different kind of philosophy when it comes to player development. So Liberia needs to have its own cultural philosophy that will fit the needs of the Liberian player and stuff like. Some countries you see they're bigger, taller.
Okay.
And Liberians, we don't grow that tall. So the curriculum have to fit that so we can be able to compete. So I've been busy with creating the programs, been busy with my team, creating the curriculum that will be good for the various ages.
Let's talk about your selections in terms of coaches that are responsible for the grassroots teams, in terms of how you control them. How are the selections done from your angle?
So when you talk about grassroots teams, you have to be specific because.
So we're talking about the U12 program, the U10, the U15, 17. We have some coaches that are working along with the talent, the FIFA talent coach. How was the selection?
You're talking about the TDS, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I had just come to the country, and to be frank with you, I only knew few coaches because coach when I left, I knew them as football players.
Okay.
So it was hard to actually judge if that person is a good coach or not. So I had to depend on the information coming from my team.
Okay.
So those coaches' resume was sent in. We look over the resume, and then we pick the coaches based on the resume and their participation in developmental programs. So the ones we have there, some of them, for example, Dominic Savage
Mm.
from Pinsville.
From Pinsville.
Yeah. So we try to pick high level coaches because the program is an intense program.
Mm.
They are there every day, so you need knowledgeable people. We picked like Christopher Ware because he comes from a background of professional setting where he went through an academic setting too.
Okay.
And then the head of the TDS program is actually Arsene Wenger, and he comes from Arsene Wenger, so we felt that we should use that as an advantage to bring him in. Yeah, so we have Edward. The team we have, I mean, they were vetted. We checked the papers and stuff like that, so we have them. We're still looking to grow because now the number is increasing. So we are hoping that we will continue to add good quality people. Now that I've been here, I've been watching other coaches and stuff. So I've been talking to some of them because we need to add to the system because we have a lot of players.
And we will come to the program just ended at the George Weah Technical Center. But first, we want to know what are the major challenges you have encountered so far since implementing your programs, ranking from your development since your inception as the technical director.
So one of the major problems is facilities.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can only do so much. The department, we start with the department through our curriculum, through what we have decided to do for development. We got a lot of programs that we could run, but because we don't have the space, because we have the Liberia Football Association runs the first division league, the second division league, third division, fourth division, the mass league. Then you have the women component of the league.
Women upper league, lower league.
Yeah, then you got the National Old Timer League too going on, and now it's in 2-4. So all the location is busy.
Okay.
Yeah. So when you look at that, so it takes away developmental programs that can help to enhance the development of the youth players. So what we did at the FA was to identify the BYC page.
Okay.
Yeah, that will be designated for U17 and down.
Okay.
So only youth development programs. So location have been like one of the main obstacles. I feel that we could have achieved a lot more if we had the location. It would be easier. And some of the problems I see with the grassroots is the setup of the grassroots programs within Liberia.
Okay.
So the setup will hurt development, and the reason the setup will hurt development is because those grassroots teams are owned by individuals.
Okay.
And because they are owned by individuals, they are fully funded by that individual. And some of those guys, they are doing the best. They gather the kids. They are helping Liberia as a whole, but they just don't have the funding to run such a program. Because the reason I say that is that at every practice, every kid needs a ball.
Yeah.
But some of those programs, you go there and watch. So I go there and watch some of those programs. Like you'll see 3 balls, 4 balls, and then
the time to get adjusted to new.
So their development rate is very low.
Okay.
The development rate is very low, or I would say very slow. The FA have noticed that and started distributing balls. We distributed a lot of balls this year. But even with the distribution, I still feel that the setup is wrong. So when you compare the setup with different Western countries, grassroots programs are institutional. So what I mean by that is that the same way you will go to your regular school, that's the same way you register for a grassroots program. And the reason people register and pay into grassroots program is because they're going to gather information and gather experience and gather skills set that can take them for the rest of their life. So if they pay a little fee, Now you show that that program is there to stay because
Okay.
you can manage yourself. The same thing with school.
Yeah.
So if once it's
Because
not,
many of times, what have been they talk around in the sporting corridors surrounding grassroots teams is that the sustainability
yes,
when it comes to grassroots development. People have an academy all over the place, which I don't see as an academy. You can see you have an academy, you only practice one time, you go to game, and then you go home, and then all the players all go to their very homes, and we call it academy in Liberia. Does that bother you as well?
very much because when you use the terminology academy, right away I know that you don't understand that what an academy is. So yeah. So what I see is just an opportunity form for teams to play.
Okay.
Now, when you talk about an academy or club versus a team, different definition.
Okay.
So here, I see most people say they have a club, but they don't have a club. They actually have a team. So when you say you have a club, it means all the components associated with that club must be there. It must be visible.
Okay.
It must be tangible. People should come and see right away.
Which include?
So which include?
Okay.
Say you got a third division team and you call it a club. That third division team must have a feeder team.
Okay.
They must have under 17, under 15, under 12, under 10. They must show the direct pathway up to the third division team. That's a club.
Okay.
But we see an academy that will only have like one age group or two age group. It's not an academy. Now we are trying to educate those grassroots programs and encourage them to build those systems into the program, making the program bigger. And then I've been talking to them to try to add a little fee so they can be sustainable.
Okay.
Or else it will die in a few years. You will not see them and you see all the kids diverting to where they can see a better setup. So that is like one of the greatest challenges for youth development in Liberia. As long as we don't face that, we will continue to struggle. Liberia football will become more like a charitable program where you will only see the kids play if somebody donates.
Okay.
Yeah, so that is the one of the threats when it comes to Liberian football. So that's something that we are working on. The FA has started. They have started like trying to see if they can subsidize some of the problem by giving out equipment
Okay.
to the kids. I know the president has been working on that, and pretty soon I know he will speak on that too.
As we stand in Liberia, do we have academy?
Academy?
Yeah.
No.
We don't have academy?
If you're using the definition of what an academy is, I would say no, and the closest people to having an academy is Leeds. Based on what I've seen.
Leeds Monrovia.
Yes.
Okay. So in terms of the success, the future of Liberia, of what the Liberia Football Association have started, do you foresee the future of the better national team in years to come?
Yes.
Okay.
So development is a process. Development is a process, and to actually achieve those processes, you need the cooperation of everybody. Okay. So because like to develop is not from one person. That's a community that everyone needs to come around. So like for example, the sports journalists, they have a bigger role in development too. Yeah. They need to come and tell the story. They need to come and take out the information to be able to bring in more people to continue to see. So I have seen the landscape of the youth that we have, and it's not just me. It's the FIFA guests that come in, that come to do the screening, that come to do the selection from all the trials that we've had. They have seen the potential. So what we are doing is actually creating the structure and creating the pathway that will bring out like better players, well trained, into our competitive system, and then I will feed into our national system. So with what we have created, I will tell you, in 4 years, 3 to 4 years, you'll start to see the dividend of all the investment that Liberia is making in youth development.
And in the case of adapting to the teachings, are they picking up or they are very slow in terms of the teachings?
To be frank with you, the kids are improving rapidly.
Okay.
Yeah. From the time we started, it's been 13 months.
Okay.
And to where we are, it's night and day. Like you see big improvement in the way they play. Sometimes you forget that they are that young and stuff. I mean, a testimony is they're just in the best of the best.
Okay.
You could see the TDS program versus the other team. You could tell who's been well coached and who's in a well organized program. So Liberia does have a future, but what we need to do is we need the support of all the different stakeholders, including the national government.
Okay.
Yeah. So the national government responsibility for sports in Liberia is to create a platform for sports and recreation.
Okay.
So if they don't create a platform for sports and recreation, the FA, with what is coming from FIFA, in no way will be able to just go and support football in Liberia. There's no way it can happen. Yeah, the resources are limited. What we are doing with the youth development program, with what we receive from the FA, needs to be triple so that you can have 3 of those kind of programs running in the country at the same time to be able to actually identify all the talent that is in Liberia. But just that one program, we're not going to see all the talent. We're going to get the best we can get.
Okay.
But I feel that Liberia is still have like a lot of treasure around that we need to identify. But we need everybody cooperation in order for that to happen. But there is a future.
There is a future collaborative effort in terms of Liberia future, and that's the words of Dogo Wise, Technical Director of Liberia Football Association. We'll dive more into you. Come back, we dive into the best of the best. U15 Championship just ended at the George Weah Technical Center in Kingsbury, with the TDS being crowned as champion. Runner-up Mike Gibby County. Let's go for the break. When we come back, we'll continue on the discussion.
Intel Sports, Liberia's biggest and professional sports television station, is now located at GSA and Rehab Drive in Painesville. Intel Sports is 100% Liberian owned. It is an exclusive sports platform that provides extensive and quality local content sports programs across the country. Follow us on our Facebook page, YouTube, Instagram, or better still, on our app on Google or Play Store. For business purposes, you can contact us on these numbers. Intel Sports will remain Liberia.
So hence Dogo, we said we still yet talking about Liberia progress in years to come. Like I always said on the show, in my generation, Liberia will qualify for the World Cup. And I believe few years to come, we will go at the World Cup. Not now, because I don't believe in this current generation, the current breed of player. I always say that when I sit on Sports Extra, because it's the reality, a lot of things surrounding that. But it's not what we're talking this morning. We're talking grassroots development. Mr. Dogo, we said you just ended the best of the best championship that we includes counties, started from the regional level to the national level at the George Weah Technical Center. Tell us what did you observe and what led to the FA coming up with said program involving counties?
So So the best of the best is a TDS extension competitive component, one of the pillars. So what the best of the best is because the TDS were formed, the TDS is formed from selecting the talented player from the platform that the FA created through the youth program.
Okay.
So we look through all the youth programs as they play their weekly games in their leagues and the age group.
Okay.
We select. So those selected come to practice, and then there's another selection made that will be added to the TDS. So when you see the TDS, it's a selection of talented players of the age group. So to take those talented players and just go and play a youth program is almost not giving them the kind of competition they need. So what we did was to create the best of the best. So everywhere that we have our youth program playing, we created a Zooner tournament, and our tournament, what it did was created the champion, and we got all those champions from those various counties and brought them into one spot, and then included the TDS to play. So giving them competitive games, and then being able to identify from those counties that came if there's any talent that can be added to the talent that we already have. So that's what the best of the best is. Now the best of the best come in twofold. So this first fold that went on of the best was the champion from the region. Yeah. So the next one will be the best players from the region. So it's going to be a collection of players from various counties from each region that will come and play. So it'll be twofold: the champions and then the best of the best players from the region will come in, bringing all the best, because we want to see all the talents we have. We want them to have a chance to be seen, and we want to pick the best for the future of Liberia football.
Which is another form of decentralization, not just based in Montserrat.
Yes. So these players that we have now currently, they are not all from Montserrat. They are from different places, because we have traveled pretty much in all the counties in Liberia doing scouting. We even did scouting with the FIFA delegates. Came directly from Arsene Wenger, traveled to Lufa, traveled to Maryland, traveled all over, and we left the scouting with them. And we were advising, but we let independent people do our scouting, because they got no attachment with any of the families, nothing. They will only pick football players, so we try to make it independent, so we get the proper people we need for that program.
Proper people we need. Let's just take a look of the Just in the TDS program, the George Weah Technical Center. Some of the kids I admire them so much, most especially the center midfielder, the man Thomas Coman, wearing the 19 shirt, just very good in terms of his control. Let's bring in that video. I think our producer can bring in that video quickly. Program we have one of the young strikers to watch out for, Robert Latte. He's a future player. Bobby, I've referred to him as a speed master, observing him from what he do. There you go, that's Bobby. Have a very good speed in terms of what he do. You observe that, Mr. Wisher?
Yeah, so I'm familiar with most of the players over there, like 90% of them, because I worked with them before. I'm familiar with them. I'm familiar with the talent that they have and the potential they have. Latte, the son of Raul Latte. When I first saw him, I didn't know it was Raul Latte's son. But he continued to show the future, shooting left, shooting right, knowing the position, growing in the stature that we want our number 9 to grow into. And so you can see the future when they play. With the TDS team, if you're a sport lover and you went there and watched DKs play, you will know that Liberia has a future, because they're playing organized football. They know their position. They are enjoying it. They're having fun. They're enjoying it. They press high. When they receive the ball, they're distributing. It's just fun. With the other teams, I gave them a lot of props too, because their training was short term. TDS training is like long term. So we appreciated them. We knew that they didn't have a chance against the TDS, but they put up a real good fight. They made the game competitive.
One thing about the selection of the goalkeeper, Cheno Ba, from first touch, he got certain ability in terms of his footwork. All like Liberian goalkeeper I've been seeing over the year, he have that technical ability when it comes to the leg, which have not instilled him before at first touch.
Yeah. So with our curriculum, the players, the goalkeepers,
Okay.
the goalkeeper, all our goalkeepers have a profile. We know what we need from the goalkeeper. We know what kind of skill set a goalkeeper should have. So one of the requirements of our goalkeeper, you have to be able to play with your feet.
Okay.
So what we do in our training is that the goalkeeper will train as much as the boys, as the field player, when it comes to like technical skill building. They're working on the passing drill, the moving, they're getting good with the feet before they go into the specialized goalkeeper training. So we are hoping that all our goalkeeper, when we do gain possession, they're not only goalkeepers, they become the extra player.
They also play in fee at times on part of ground. Do you have to give the goalkeeper a chance to play in fee?
Yeah, when we do exercises,
Okay.
which most people call drills, the goalkeepers jump in, they play so they get the practice with their feet.
Yeah.
So when we're doing the possession game, they're there doing it so they get the opportunity to practice. So we don't only allow them to just go do handling of the ball, we allow them to get better with their feet as well.
Which is a better one for the future.
Yes. You need that +1 in the game. You need a goalkeeper when the team push hard to come out hard, receive the ball, and become an extra player on the field to be able to keep possession. So that Chetno being that young, and I started doing that already along with his colleagues, it shows a great sign of what a good goalkeeper he's going to be.
Let's talk about our midfield. Liberia Town in Memorial, we have a very good center in terms of our players that we had. The leg of Kevin Samway, the leg of Patrick Rolandino, where those guys were good midfielder for us. But in terms of our finishing, we don't have good winger over the years since Josh Weah and other guys left.
So are you talking about our current players we have on the national team?
Yeah.
Okay. So
I'm not talking about the TDS level because we are now seeing new breed of players. The leg of Fresh, who is dead, and having the other young kid, Putu, who showed that brilliance when he played for the wing, you compare him to Valencia Junior.
Yes. So what we are trying to achieve with the talent, the TDS, is we want them to be comparable with what is happening in the West.
Okay.
So we are teaching them modern football rather than teaching them halfway. So what Barcelona would do, what Man U would do, what England would do as a national team, what Spain would do as a national team, we're going to be giving them those same experience and those same training. So like a winger, all our kids now know.
Kafuma Keita.
Yes.
Good.
Very good.
Yeah.
Yeah. All our players understand the position. They understand the role and responsibility of the position.
Okay.
They understand the role moving forward, understand the role coming on defense, understand the role when we are in possession of the ball.
Okay.
So you have to understand the game first before you can play the game. So we're doing that. Those things are practices and stuff. And now is I started to show every time they come on the field to play.
Every time they come on the field to play, and this kind of start of trying to show, keeping these players together has been the concern of Liberians now since watching the TDS program. What do you have there kept?
So that's a good question. So for the past 6 to 7 months, we created the mastering program for the TDS. So what the mastering program is, they practice throughout the week, and then on Friday, we bus them to the technical center. They stay to the technical center and practice twice a week. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then come back because they are been in school.
Okay.
Now, the goal is this year is to get them to actually live at the center.
Okay.
So we are going to place them at the center. They're going to stay at the center, go to school. We are responsible for the tuition.
The school will be at the center?
Yeah, we are already located at the school in the Carisburg area.
Okay.
So as we speak, we have a bus on the way coming for them. that will be able to bus them to school and bring them back.
Mm.
They will have 3 meals. All the responsibility of the players will be shouldered on the FA. That we are going to do it. We are getting support from FIFA. So FIFA gave 50,000 annually for
Okay.
that program, with the extra fundings for projects.
Okay.
So you can apply for projects and get the projects. And one of the projects we applied for was to renovate the location. I
Okay.
mean, the reason they are not into the technical center yet is that because we feel that the facility is not 100% the way we want it to.
Okay.
So we are going to work on finishing it up. But it's going to be this year that we're going to have all the players that we have selected living at the technical center, doing the training, going to school. And then we just go from there, keep adding and subtracting as the time go by.
Let's talk about the efforts of the parents as well. These are kids that played. I can remember some of them will be on cam and they want to say, I want to talk to my mom, I want to talk to my father every time. Do you have, do the parents come around, encourage them sometime on practice ground or against?
Yeah, so I must give props up to the TDS parents.
Okay.
When we started first, it was hard to get parents to come around.
Okay.
They did not understand the significance of the program. They did not understand what we're trying to do. But we have been working on the parents, inviting them to the meetings,
Okay.
explaining and educating them on what the TDS is and what kind of future your kids can have for it. It's not going to be any different when it comes to the schooling, because some people are concerned about their kids' education. So the school we're putting them in will be a real good school.
Okay.
They're going to get proper education. They're going to have tutors.
Okay. Study class teacher that we refer to.
Yeah,
Okay.
that will actually help them with their homework, and then with the ones that are struggling, will help them come out of grades. The education is a high priority when it comes to the TDS program too. So we are ready for them. So like the question you asked about the parents, so now they are educated. They are started coming to practices.
Okay.
So they are coming. They are bringing the children, dropping them up at the practice, picking them up. We still bus some of them to their location.
Okay.
We pick them up and bus them there. But when they are at the center, yes, there's going to be opportunities for the parents to come and see their kids. After all, it is their kids, so they have to come and see their kids. We want the support. We want them to be connected with their parents.
Okay.
We want them to feel love. We don't want to detach any kid away from the parents. Our goal is to mold the good citizens, well-behaved professional players. So everything that will help to make them comfortable, we will allow them to do.
You allow them, the parents come, find out before on this angle of the TDS. In the nearest future, Liberia hope to get a good one. Let's talk about how's the RFA ensuring sustainability, continuing in the youth development program. We talk about that. The early success of this program, how many years do you think?
When you talk about early success, what do you mean?
Yeah, this program, our national team, early success. When are we going to see them participating into a continental tournament, international tournament as well?
So you have to understand that these kids are the older ones. There are like 15, 16.
Okay.
So my prediction for this group,
okay,
if we do the right things for them, my prediction for the group is like 3 to 4 years. You'll start to see them on national team, taking over the national team, and competing with our competitors like in the region to qualify for competition.
Qualify for the competition. Now we're going to talk about the national team of Liberia. How do you assess the current state of Liberia national team, especially the senior national team?
So, good question. But when it comes to the senior national team, is a bittersweet because Liberia have tasted winning success with the George Weah 11, and even before that, Liberia were competitive, and to see Liberia struggle to where it is now, I understand how people feel, but there's a hard reality that we have to face. I'm not too hard on the players because I'll tell you the reason why. You see, those players that are there, they're only doing their best because of what is provided for them.
Okay.
So, to become a professional athlete that is fit to compete, you must be able to practice 5 to 6 days a week,
Okay.
2 times a day.
Hmm.
Yeah. In order to show peak performance, that's the science. That's how it is.
Okay.
Yeah. No argument about it. If you look it up, they'll tell you. Yeah. I
So what,
lived
it's
it
no
before.
longer a biscuit.
No.
Hmm.
Yeah. You to perform at the peak 5, 6 days, 2 times a day.
Okay.
The intensity can decrease, but the frequency is there. And so most teams in Liberia, because most of the players, local players, they don't spend more time with the national team. They spend more time with the club teams.
Yeah.
How many times a week does the club team practice? Most club team practice twice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of them 1 time a week.
Yeah. So when you see our team play, you can tell that it's not that they're not talented.
Okay.
It's that physically they're not comparable.
Okay.
Yeah. Physically they're not comparable. Skill wise, it's there, but physically they're not comparable. So you see sometimes our team result into just kicking the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you see people result into just kicking the ball, and you've been in that situation, you're a player, what I tell you is fatigue is kicking in. So mentally they're not strong anymore. So they just want to get the ball far as possible so they can get time to break. So the mindset of our team, the mindset of football in Liberia need to change. The frequency in practices need to be increased. It need to be increased if we want to do something and want to compete with other people. We need to increase the amount of time we practice, and we need to train with a plan. Not go to practice today and just work on crossing, you go the next day. There should be progression in the training. Okay. So the season has to have an organized curriculum that you can follow.
Okay.
And then I don't say you can break the curriculum at time, but it has to be organized. And then who are you reporting to? Who is monitoring?
Yeah, your process.
Yeah. The coach just come on the field and do whatever he want to do, he leaves. Come, do whatever he wants to do and leave. Who is asking the question? Who is there asking the coach, did you guys work on this today? Who is there asking the question? So it's hard. So, but if 2 times a week is provided for the players,
okay,
now it left with the player who want to become a professional to do something extra by himself. But in all fairness, from what I've seen, we're just struggling from our physical fitness, our mental strength. Everything is green. You can tell from the game based on the decision we made.
What's the gap in the current national team?
When you talk about the gap,
what is lacking in the current national team that you see in terms of the defense, the goalkeeping, the midfield?
So I think sometimes we get it wrong because you have to know your opponents when you're going to play. Right?
Okay.
So I have to study my opponent, and if I'm going to play a country, let's take for instance like Tunisia. Tunisia is the head of the group, so we're going to compete against Tunisia. In my mind, that I will know if Tunisia is beatable by the amount of players we have. I will know our strength.
Yeah.
So if I'm real and know that it's going to be hard for us to get a point out of Tunisia, my goal will be for us to get at least a point. So the system I will put in place is a system that will make it difficult for Tunisia to come close to my goal. So some of the problem we are facing is the setup of our team, and are we actually explaining the role and responsibility to the players?
Okay.
Because I can see our players out of position most of the time, and it's happening consistently. So I feel that that team just needed a lot of work. Maybe they need to actually revert to the local players that are already here in Liberia.
Okay. Maintain them.
Yeah, make them practice together on a weekly basis. Go back to the teams and play, practice, stay together, build the chemistry, and be able to compete with those ones. rather than just getting players from all over.
Every game
because it's not working.
Okay.
Yeah.
Your recommendation is to bring in new players. I mean, to maintain those ones that we have currently.
Yeah.
Do you see them as competitive of the current breed that we have in terms of local players?
I think we can put a competitive group together,
Okay.
but that group needs to stay together, need to play together, and need to train together. And the only way you can actually realize that is to actually pick the young ones.
Okay.
Pick the young ones that can run. Because football is no longer a walking game. You got to be able to run. And then you can look outside too and see what young players we have playing in an organized situation that will be able to fit in what you're trying to achieve. But I think we can still show competitiveness. We show glimpse of it against Malawi.
Okay.
But we have to be able to follow through the 90 minutes, and that's where we are struggling.
With just 6 minutes to go, we'd love to know other department of the Liberia Football Association in terms of supporting and working along with the technical arm of the LFA.
Yeah. So when we talk about football, most of the time when I listen, we forget about the women.
Okay.
Yeah. So one of the fastest growing component of the technical department is the women department, and the women department have been very aggressive in their approach when it comes to women football. The women department is one of the best department in the region. I just came from Tanzania for the technical director workshop, and Liberia was mentioned. Like the women's department is one of the women's department that have its own strategic plan that was approved by FIFA, and FIFA sent a representation here to actually launch the program. The women's football department coach just got selected to go to Switzerland selected from among all the coaches in Africa. On the women's side, Liberia was selected, their coach was selected to go to the FIFA workshop in Zurich. So we are proud of her for that. And we're also recognized for being the only association that actually apply for opportunities that FIFA have on the platform. We apply for it. Like, for example, capacity building, the club licensing, women football campaign, stuff, which you will start to see the club licensing just ended, but you'll start to see a lot of women initiative going on now. The women football department just did a D license at the prison, the central prison, for girls in there to build their capacity and stuff. And that program was also supported by the national government, justice ministry and stuff. Gender, everybody was there to see what happened. The women football department also did a C license course for all girls, and were able to graduate little more than 20 girls that are now C licensed. So we shall have added more girls to football. Some of the girls that actually did a license are actually players that are currently playing the women league, and you can see that the women football teams have started to increase. Like when you look at the lower league, we have set up the lower league in 2 locations. One is in Lima and one is here. Because
one in Maryland.
Yeah, in Maryland. In Maryland, we got the U17 girls program running there because of the distance and the road connectivities and stuff like that. So we decided to decentralize some of these programs, allow them to play. For the lower league, we got 2 groups, and 3 teams moved up, 3 teams dropped, and you're starting to see in the upper league, women football, they are getting very aggressive. They're bringing in players from outside to make the league competitive and stuff. So we see a future when it comes to women football. I actually see a big future. I see that it's headed the right way. I see the girls are more aggressive in their approach when they come. They want to see more happening. And FIFA is giving them an opportunity. The FA is giving them an opportunity to grow as well.
let's talk about your working relationship with futsal and beach soccer in Liberia. Are you also providing some technical
Yeah, so beach soccer is coming to its third year. I wasn't here for the first year, but I was here for the second year. And now we're going to the third year. The number of teams, we have increased the number of teams. And the league should be starting in October. Yeah. So Coach Lee is the head of that, the beach soccer. And we are hoping next year to have a lower division within beach soccer. So we are growing it. Futsal, we just did the first futsal tournament headed by Sapphire at the basketball court. We are in a lot of discussion with partners outside the country because we don't have a futsal court. And we are hoping to get a futsal court here. We are hoping to start up a futsal league. But we introduced futsal through the schools in the gym. Thanks to Sapphire for all the hard work he did for that. So I'm a believer in futsal because I played futsal when I was in the States. It's a high intensity game that can help to develop your full skills and help to maximize your intelligence in the game.
Finally, before we let go of you, we're just meaning to go. What can fans expect from the angle of the Liberia Football Association in the next 5 years to come?
I can say this, and you can hold me to it.
Okay. You put it on record.
Yes.
Okay.
In 5 years, with what we are working on now,
okay.
Yeah, given that we have the opportunity to continue to do the grassroots and youth development programs, in 5 years, Liberians will fill up the stadium. Liberians will be happy because they will see a well-competitive team that will be able to compete with teams in the region, and that will even have the opportunity to qualify easily in the region. I'm not saying there won't be hinges, but we'll just have those kind of players around because we are developing those kind of players, and we are committed to keep the program running, committed to make the Liberian people proud. So with patience, we ask the Liberian people to continue to be patient with us and come and support the children as much as possible. Their support is well needed. We can't do it all by ourselves, but in 5 years, we'll be ready to showcase a competitive side.
In 5 years, we'll be ready to showcase our competitive side. That's the word of Doko Wise. He's the technical director of Liberia Football Association, been our guest here on Sports Extra May edition, talking about the technical arm of Liberia Football Association, the national team of Liberia, and what we hope in years to come. I've been here. My name is Elijah Pine. Bye-bye.
Intel Sports, Liberia's biggest and professional sports television station, is now located at GSA and Rehab Drive in Painesville. Intel Sports is 100% Liberian owned. It is an exclusive sports platform that provides extensive and quality local content sports programs across the country. Follow us on our Facebook page, YouTube, Instagram, or better still, on our app on Google or Play Store. For business purposes, you can contact us on these numbers. Intel Sports will remain Liberia's exclusive and best sports television station.